fun game. We all love to play it. I think it's hard because every game you have to think of it as a clean slate, so you can't like suspect people, but everybody knows who the good players are, so they definitely want to take them out. But like I know, we recently built some Mafia games. Yeah, with Gina, yeah. So yeah. Oh my god. So like each game is getting crazier. We are trying to bring like on like other people, but it's hard to say. Because we're all suspicious of each other and we all want to get each other out, but we want to keep the citizens alive. So it's always really hard because you always want to suspect like either Bart, Joe, or David or Gio to be the ones to be like Mafia, and you're like, we gotta kill them first because like they're gonna be the ones to catch us. But you know, honestly, like all the arguments we have, it's just all fun. Like off camera, we're just like, we're all cool, we're all chill, like there's no bad blood or anything. Like even the time when like I was like roasting Josh, I'll be like, right? Like off camera, I'll be like, bring it in, Josh. Like I know we're good. So like we're like there's no bad blood at all whatsoever. Mafia does not tear us apart. And skateboarding.
Skateboarding?
Yeah. Oh. But like longboarding, I really wanna try that. I also want to try rollerblading backwards. I definitely want to go skydiving. I want to go bungee jumping. Let's see, what other hobbies I would like to do. Ceramics. I think ceramics is pretty cool. Make my own bowls. Makeup, and I like be poorly made and ship them off to people and be like, hey. Josh helps us, like he helps us around, and like when you like he'll help us like clean the office, and then so he sees plants, and like it's great of him that he wants to water these plants every time, like you know, like he helps us clean. But like for the longest time, Tip was like, who's watering these fake plants? Like, I have no idea. And so one day, I mean, I'm sure you guys heard the story, but like I think like Tommy and Joe were like Joe was in his office, Tommy was sitting like at one of the community tables. I don't remember where I was at, but I remember looking at Tommy's face, and Tommy was like, Josh, and then I remember seeing Joe come out, and like, Josh, what are you doing? And then like, he's like, Josh is already midway into his coffee, and then like, Tommy's like, I don't remember who said it, I'm assuming it might be Tommy or Joe, but he was like, Josh, you do know that that's fake plant. And Josh is like, what? He's like, no, and then like finally we figured out who was the one that actually did the plan. Like, I mean, I don't really remember the full story, but all I remember is that we caught Josh in the act of watering his plants. Yes, I would love to visit again. That was like, with the JK crew, that would have been my second time in Japan. But if you guys do go, you guys should definitely go for at least 10 days. 10 days is a magic number when you travel, because it's not too long and it's not too short. Because around 10-day mark, like you start to miss home. So 10 days is a good amount of time because you spend 2 days to fly and you have the rest of the 8 days to like just explore and have fun. But for sure, get the rail pass, because all of you guys are from like out of the country. The rail pass is very affordable. Okay, not very affordable. It's expensive. But if you plan on traveling everywhere in Japan, it's worth your money. Like especially if you want to go to like Tokyo and to like go to Osaka, if you want to visit the Pokemon gym, because that's awesome, right? So if you want to go to Osaka, or you want to go to Kyoto, or you want to go to Hiroshima, or if you actually want to go more up north of like Tokyo, the JR pass is definitely a money saver, because each ticket that goes that way, if you just fly it without the pass, is probably like 200, 300 bucks. So you'll save a lot of money, and the pass for like about a week would be like maybe $350. So it's really worth it. And then you could also take local lines that are under the JR, but the very local ones to the city, you will have to pay money. But it's definitely a lot of fun. The food is absolutely delicious. You can never go wrong there. All their sodas there, all their candies, all their chips, all their like when it comes to like the 7-Elevens here in America, I'm like, it's not yeah, it's like it's not the same. I would probably probably say like Mafia. Mafia would definitely be one. I also enjoy any games that have like obstacle courses. So like anything that does like with the obstacles, like those are really fun. Or like any games that we challenge with like the other team. Like if there's like the time limit, like see how many you can eat. Like we'll just try to like stop as much, or like how fast can you do this? Like those games are really fun. I think the game that's most fun but the scariest would probably be the Surprise Jenga.
Oh, all the punishment.
Yeah, I mean it's really fun, but it's just like you get really scared when you're like, I don't want to have a punishment, but I feel like this might be one. Not as much and not as well. Like honestly, the other day, like me and my friend, we were coming from the Empire State Building, and we needed to get to like, was it Broadway Street? Not the street Broadway, but the area where there's a lot of like Broadway performances. Yeah. So like we had to like run over there, and like I think we only had 15 minutes before the show started. And I remember like we were just like running through the streets, and like me and my friend, we were just looking at each other, and then she like started telling me, you know, Julia, and I was like, I don't know what it is, but like why do we always end up running all the time? And I'm like, I don't know, but we just gotta get to this place. And then she was like, why haven't we been running like this whole entire time? Like we're so out of shape. And like, I know how you feel. And I was like, I can't go any further. Like I'm just too tired. Let me just walk. So like I don't really run as much, but like I am trying to get into habit. I actually got these new shoes, so like it's a way for me, like, well, I need to start running again. I did the 2 mile, but the 2 mile was like death. Like honestly, after the 3rd lap, you're like, oh cool, I'm almost done. It's like, no, you have 5 more. Like, oh my god. I was like, this is like painful. So like, did the 2 mile, sometimes did the mile, but majority of the time I did triple jump and long jump. Yeah.
Awesome.
I wish I could do high jump, but I can't jump high. I think the times that I did try to do high jump, I always somehow land on my ankle. Or like, you know, before you launch, like you have to like do a side step and then you like jump up. I end up like doing this, and I'm like, ugh! And instead of actually jumping up, I land onto the mat, and I'm like there, I'm like, oh, I'm in a lot of pain. And then I have my teammates like, move out of the way! And I'm like, okay. And I'll just like roll off. But
They didn't help you up or anything?
no, I mean, because they didn't know. They just thought that I failed to jump, but they didn't know I rolled my ankle, so I was like, I can't move. Yeah, they're like, get out of the way, hurry! I'm like, oh. Yeah. It drives pretty well. I like it. It's actually one of my favorite cars. I know a lot of people in New York don't really have cars. Or I was told that in New York. Not around here. I think people like in Jersey or like out of state would have cars.
Yeah.
Because it's MTR.
Yeah. Because I was actually having a conversation with my friend the other day where I was just thinking like, hey, you know, because I know you guys are pretty efficient and like you guys have like a lot of public transportation, but like in a city so condensed, I feel like there would also be like some form of congestion. So I'm like trying to do you guys have so I started thinking like, do you guys have Teslas out here? And I was like, and would it be even like, would it even be convenient to have a Tesla? And I was like thinking about it, and I was like asking my friend, and she was like, probably not. And then she's like, why do you ask? And I was like, well, I don't know, because like I think Tesla's like a cool piece of technology, but I feel like nobody really here drives. Because like it's true because a lot of people from out of state tend to have cars more so in the city. Yeah, because like I guess
Because David's car, right?
huh? Yeah, because of David's car. I was just thinking about it. Did you guys see the keys in the wall?
yeah.
I know. It was so cute. I feel like I would die out here. Like literally, I would probably die out of anger. Because I think like LA traffic's already bad enough, but I'm pretty sure your guys' traffic is way worse.
You take like
Yeah. You know the one thing I noticed? I kind of feel slightly proud of myself for this, but like you guys don't really care about like the crosswalks. Like you guys just literally jaywalk. I honestly, here's the thing. where like if people from out of state, or especially people from California, when they're waiting for like the little man to come out, like a lot of New Yorkers are like, "Are you from California?" And they're like, "Yeah," I'd be like, "Californian." I mean, that didn't happen to me, but like I heard stories like that. It is so crazy that like what your guys' like police officers don't enforce that, because in California, if you jaywalk, they're like, "No, we're pulling you over. You're gonna get a ticket." Like it's like that. Like, so we're very cautious. I mean, depending on the city, to kind of get away with it, but it's not a very common thing to do. Like you shouldn't really be jaywalking very often. But like in New York, you guys just go whenever, and I was like, that's cool. So like today, like on my way, or like when I was exploring, I was just like, gonna jaywalk today. I do this in California, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I was like, no cars, cool, crossing. Yeah, but you guys are crazy, bro. Like honestly, like a part of me in the beginning, I was like, I can't cross it though. I don't see the man. Yeah.